unfortunately, we do not have quorum, but we do have good information to be shared. So we will go through that. So just like flag salute. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna start with flag salute. Joel, if you can lead us with that.
Ready to begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're going to go directly to our public comment section. This portion of the meeting is set aside for members of the community to address matters. You can really bring anything to us. We'll hear it. If we feel the need to ask clarifying questions, we can do so. But there may not be action brought upon anything that you do bring to us today. Do try to keep that to about 3 minutes. Any members of the public would like to share anything? Nope. All right, we're going to go to the community leaders report. We're going to start with Kern County Sheriff, CHP, Commander Brown.
Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year.
I'll share some of our accomplishments from last year. So we just wrapped up the Chips for Kids toy drive that we had. We had that event mid-December before Christmas, and we had a great turnout. This was in Mojave where we did the toy giveaway. Actually, several were there, Kern County Supervisor's Office and Congressman Vince Vaughn. So we ended up with approximately 3,000 people that showed up and 900 plus kids, so great turnout. They got to get a toy, and there was a Christmas tree raffle too, so great event, big success. We couldn't have done it without the partnership from allied agencies and volunteers. So that was definitely a good event. For the year, I'll share some of our stats. So this is for 2025 stats. And the numbers are for East Kern, for our jurisdiction of East Kern. So that covers Mojave, Roseman, Ridgecrest, unincorporated, Boron, etc. So give you guys an idea of what we did. We actually had a total of just under 18,000 enforcement stops altogether for the entire year. Arrests, we had 622. And then DUI arrests, I know I share this with you, different meetings, but we had a total of 401. That was almost a 29% increase from the previous year. So the previous year we had 311, so quite a bit more DUI arrests. What we're seeing too, I was talking to them, we're seeing a lot of DUIs during the daytime. So it's not just at nighttime, it's not just the weekends. It's in the middle of the day, some like dropping off kids at school. I mean, it's so unfortunate having their kids with them and they're driving under the influence. So just share that with you. For the year, we had 70 traffic collisions that were due to a DUI. So it was DUI involved. The previous year we had 109, so that dropped, which was good. And then fatal collisions, we had 23, a little bit of an increase from the previous year. We were at 18 the year prior. The years prior to that, we were at 25, so we're still below that. But we're hoping to lower those numbers as well. And then total collisions, this is overall, injury, non-injury. We had 883, which was a drop from the previous year. We were at 950. So that came down a bit, so that was good. But the main thing is the DUIs. Like I've said before, they're out there. It could affect any one of us, our family members, our neighbors. So just be aware of that. We're doing the best we can. I know anytime we get overtime funding from grants, we use it here in Roseman typically for DUI checkpoints and saturation patrol. In fact, we just had one, I think, after we talked last month. Yeah, there was quite a few enforcement contacts and arrests out of that. But that's all I have. Let's see, staffing, we're at 39 officers for CHP for East Kern. Currently I have 3 supervisors. I'm short 1 sergeant, so hopefully I'll get a replacement soon. But yeah, for the year we had a total of 8 trainees that came through the Mojave area. So it's good to get new people, and especially if they're local and they're going to stay. I'll try to have one of the new officers, when he gets off training, come and speak to the group. We have one that's in training now, and he's a former Kern County probation, so he's a great asset for us, and I think you would love to hear from him. So that's all I have, but if you guys have any questions.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
what's the staff you'd like to have?
Um,
Are you trying to get
I would
to?
love to have.
No, I mean,
yeah.
you're trying to get to and
Sure.
stay in budget.
Yeah, so we're allocated, or were, for 36, so I'm actually above that.
Oh, really?
So I can't really complain too much.
Is that typical, or are you considered?
This is the first time I've been over. When I first got to Mojave, that was in 2022. I
Yeah.
think we were high 20s.
Yeah, we were
High
below.
20s,
We
yeah.
didn't have enough.
So,
I was wondering.
Yes, ma'am.
I saw tonight on TV that Newsom is making these new laws, and they affect seniors greatly.
mhm.
Like if you're 75, you're not allowed to drive after 19.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah.
on the
Starting what?
on the 20th of this month.
Oh.
Is that true?
I haven't seen that yet. In fact, one thing I was going to offer too is have our public information officer, Aaron Maurer, come and do a presentation on the current laws and just to update everyone. But I have not seen that. One of the new laws that did take effect, if you know from years past, if you're on the freeway and there's an emergency vehicle with the lights activated, Caltrans, CHP, fire, you're supposed to move over or slow down. I don't know if you, you knew that, but this is on the freeway.
Yeah.
Now it applies to any vehicle that's on the shoulder, you know, hazard lights activated, you're disabled, you have your hazard lights, you're supposed to now move over or slow down if you can't move over.
Like tell the truckers, tell them if you do that lane up.
Yeah, so that's one of the new changes. But I'd love to have Aaron come and do a presentation. Yeah, absolutely. But I haven't, I have to get back to you on that one. Yeah.
See all the senior things that are bad. They're not good for overall.
Yeah.
As seniors, we have to live our lives.
Right. And I know they've made changes over the years, you know, the way you have to take your test, or, you know, how many attempts you get to take your test, all that. But the enforcement part of it, I have not heard of that.
Commander, has the subdued vehicle made a big impact on
Yes,
tickets and
I
speeding
was
back?
just talking to him about it. We do have a Dodge Durango. It's the dark gray, which you don't really spot right away until it's driving right next to you. But yes, it's very effective, and it's a good tool. We have one of them. Some areas might have two. It depends on how many freeways, multi-lane they have. I don't know if you guys have seen the new Camaros. We don't have one. Inland Division does have one. It's in Barstow, so if you're traveling out to Vegas, you might see that.
What color is it?
It's a black and white Camaro. You won't miss it. Very
It's
fast.
Not, it's
and
not camouflage.
no. That one you'll spot right away and very fast. So
No, thank you very much.
you're
Thank you,
welcome.
ma'am.
Thank you guys.
All right, next, let's go to the Chamber of Commerce. Got Mr. Melcher's back there. Sure, maybe something.
I guess I'm here to represent the Chamber of Commerce. So the Chamber is doing pretty good. We had our luncheon today, small turnout, but it was had a good speaker. Jerry, I can't pronounce his last name very well, so it's from the Willow Springs Raceway, and gave us a report on all the great things that are coming and some of the things that they want to do. And we discussed some problems, you know, with traffic and whatnot, because when they start their race season in the fall, they said October would be their first race, and they would cause a lot of traffic. So there'll be quite a few people coming out there, maybe 5, 6, 2,000 or 3,000, I should say. Other than that, he looked like he was looking forward to being in the community, working with all the entities here and helping out in any way he can. So that was a good thing. We're planning our Easter egg hunt. That's a little bit in the future, but it's something that's coming up. Other than that, that's about it.
Perfect, thanks, sir. Let's go RCSD. Do you want to share anything you guys doing there?
Yeah, I can just give a few things. We have a new assistant general manager, Ben Stewart. He was selected for the position. When he was a prior board member, he applied for that position. He got the job there, so then that opened up a board position. And Jose Hernandez, that owns the boxing gym, he was selected as a new board member there, so he's in place now. He showed up with a lot of enthusiasm, good candidate. And if you folks haven't heard about the problem, I had an experience with it. The phone line's been down at the district. The fire station, is the fire station back up? Do you know offhand?
I'm not aware of that situation.
Yeah, well, what happened during December, went inside the vault and cut all the copper out and took the whole copper strip, all the copper out of the vault. So literally, the district, I know the fire department initially was part of it. I don't know if they're back online, but they had, we've had no phones. And AT&T being the people they are, literally every day they're working on it, they're working on it. The assistant general manager is calling daily, but it just kind of goes to show you that when you become dependent on a particular thing and they pull it literally from up under you. And fortunately for everybody, it wasn't something like, I guess where you couldn't get in touch with the fire department, police department, but literally since December, as of today, I don't think they still have telephone services, but they took all the copper out. So anyway, they're working on alternative measures there, but that's there. And the other thing I would ask everyone in the community, we're still getting some thefts of the water. That's our water. If you're paying your utility bill, that's your water. You still have people spilling water out here. 1 second, real quick. If you see somebody early morning, whatever, hooked up to a fire hydrant or whatever, they're probably not there for legal means. Let someone know. I will compliment the CHP on it. When it was a couple years back, we were having a lot of water thefts, and what they were doing, catching the folks on. When you hook up to the trailer with the water, that's dead weight. So it would drop down on that hitch, and we got a lot of people caught behind the CHP doing an enforcement action for an unsafe trailer. But if you see somebody out there and it doesn't look good to you, at least think about it, because we're all paying for that water there. Sir?
Where are they stealing it from? The hydrants or?
The hydrants. What they, some of our remote fire hydrants, they'll go out there and just hook up to them, and they'll just take the water.
Okay, when they're doing construction, of course, they're metered, right?
We have construction, they have to go to the district and get a meter. But if you folks weren't aware, I don't know how bad it is now, but for a while there, we had a lot of illegal marijuana grows up in our community in Roseland.
Where were those at? Further out? West?
They were out along on the backside of Bacchus and all that. But we had a lot of illegal grows. I don't know how bad they are now, but at one point we had a lot of operational things going on. And when we would discuss it in the board meetings, people come up with different ideas. My greatest concern, if you went after them real heavy, they go spike one of these tanks and get the water they need and just let the water continue to run. Many years ago, we had some kids cut the lock off of one of our 500,000 gallon water tanks. They do not know if they ever got inside the tank and just cut the latch off. By law, we had to drain all the water because they didn't know if there was any contaminants there. So 500,000 gallons, 500,000 gallons of water, we just have to let cascade out because of the safety issue. The FBI wound up investigating it and all, and I guess they got the people identified, but that doesn't help you when the water is gone. So just be mindful, let's be good stewards of the water. If you see something out in some of these remote locations, someone's plugged into them, at least let someone know.
But the water tanks, they're gated, aren't they?
Well, no, actually you can go up there to them because where the tanks are, like the one up at the top of the hill.
Why aren't they gated?
Well, you can still drive up to them, but here's the thing. The gate's not gonna stop a crook. It'll stop decent people.
Yeah, but you could, can't you put some kind of
Oh, no, we have,
surveillance?
you talking about the actual, the tanks are fenced in, but they can still get in, like the one up on United Street, though. They have you know, they are gated, the property.
Are they surveillance? Do they have cameras around?
We have cameras out
And they
there.
still get in?
Yeah, well, you have to remember too, if you're doing illegal grows, you're looking to get the water, you do it a quick turnaround. If you wanna see something going on, we have where you can buy wholesale water in front of the district.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Okay, you'll see people out there lined up with, some of them are legitimately buying water. You know, a box truck with a big bladder in the back, he's probably not buying water for a legitimate reason. We've worked all kind of ways to
You
try
know
to
more
catch.
than I do,
Yeah, we've worked several different ways to kind of catch them, but as long as there's a profit to be had on growing that marijuana, we're gonna have
yeah.
a.
So has the theft gone down or is it going up?
It hasn't gone up, which is good for us. It's kind of holding steady because again, with the enforcement from the CHP, Kern County, it was a big to-do. Everyone got involved.
Yeah.
Remember when the sheriff in LA County, Luna, not Luna, Villanueva, they had a big push in Lancaster. We got a lot of profile from that. So it's not as bad as it was at one point. Let's just remain diligent. That's important.
Yeah, because I read your newsletter every
Yes.
month, every week.
Yeah.
every month.
That's all I got, sir.
Perfect, thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Let's go to Red Cross.
Red Cross has got nothing, just happy to be here and looking forward to the activities you've got and participating with you folks. We'll be installing smoke detectors and just teaching people how to be safe for disasters.
Hey, real quick, Rick,
Yes, sir.
on RCSD, I've been getting a lot of calls and a lot of questions I see on social media. Your property on 35th by the library,
Yes.
are you guys building or just fencing it off to keep people from?
We're fencing it off just from the people had started trying to use the property,
Gotcha.
and it's a liability
Okay,
issue.
So it's just being secured,
Yeah,
nothing's being
yeah,
developed.
nothing, okay, so I heard a rumor about something being built out that way, but it's nothing we're doing.
Okay, yeah, it was a big talk of
That's a couple
towns.
years ago.
Yeah, no, we're building nothing.
Perfect. Thanks. Let's go with Southern Kern Unified School District. Miss Gaines, do you have anything you'd like to share?
I always have things I can share, keeping it to 3 minutes. Please cut me off because there's so much, it's a school district.
But I like hearing it, so
Well,
I never catch
please
you.
remind me if I get to it. Or first thing I want to share this evening is that you may want to take some notes. I know some of you will be interested in this. On January 24th, it's a Saturday at 6 p.m. in the new Roseman High School cafeteria, we will be holding the inaugural Athletic Hall of Fame. It is $25 per ticket, and because we cannot, as a school district, accept credit cards, it's cash only. And I can tell you the tickets are selling like hotcakes. There are 5 people that are in the first inductees, and I don't know if I can remember them all, but Jimmy Johnson is one, Reggie Graves is another, Mark Hartman is one. Is it Alicia Nelson, who was a basketball player, and there's, I think the other one's last name is Cass. So they will all be here. It's a dinner inaugural. The keynote speaker is Newton Gillette.
Oh, wow.
So if you're interested in coming, I know that they've sold, I've heard close to 90 tickets as of today, and we're gonna cut it off probably Tuesday because it's gonna be catered by Ramones. And so we have to give him a final count. But that's Saturday, January 24th at 6 p.m. at the new Roseman High cafeteria. So please, the tickets are on sale in the business office at the school district. So hope to see some of you, or all of you, come out for this event. We are up to our eyeballs in construction. We obviously finished that cafeteria. That was a $15 million project. Quite a beautiful project if you haven't seen that. We are in planning stage, hoping to go to Department of State architect latter part of February on a new CTE building at Roseman High Early College campus. This is a 20,200 square foot building for $30 million. So it's gonna have a new barn on the outside for the ag, new fencing, a new restroom out there for the kids who are out there working with their animals, plus 20,000 it's 20,200 square feet inside the building. So we have 14 CTE pathways, career technical education pathways are the thing now. Automotive, welding, medical, ag, hopefully I can remember. We have film, we have, the Cadet Corps, the Community CERT, Community Emergency Response, all of those. Not all 14 are going in the new building. We're not putting automotive in there. We're not putting welding in there, but we are going to put, I believe it's 7 of the 14 will be in that new building. If you remember, we all hosted, RMAC was a part of it, a couple of years ago, the Vietnam Wall Memorial over at West Park Elementary School. We were given a panel of that wall because they retired the wall, and that wall we will incorporate it into the new that section into the new CTE building. Kids are being kids. They're great. Love kids. Sometimes I think I don't know who's worse, the kids or the adults, but you didn't hear me say that. The kids are doing some great things always. Very excited. Can't believe we're halfway through the year already. We started second semester this past Monday, and oh yeah, we're rolling. We are not, Kelly asked me, Barbara, I've heard you mention, are we in declining enrollment or not? We are not in declining enrollment. I was told by someone in Kern County that Ridgecrest, the school district up there, lost somewhere close to like 13 or 1,400 students. That is a lot of students. We are not in that position. We are maintaining and we're growing a little bit every year. This year we found a growth at Roseman High and also at Tropico Middle School. And then I'll just close up by saying that if you live in the West Park area, you're noticing that 5 new buildings have been placed there. That's 10 new classrooms. We will be adding an additional parking lot to West Park because the parking there is just horrific. Not a lot of parking there. And hopefully that'll be done. That project will be completed by before the end of the school year, we're hoping. And we're already started working on a new boys and girls locker room at Roseman High. Once that is standing, then we're gonna take the old boys and girls locker room in the gym. The boys side will be converted. We're gonna gut that whole thing, and it's gonna be a weight room for the boys, and the girls side will be a dance studio. So we just have everywhere construction going on. It's a lot. Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is the enrollment now?
The enrollment is about 3,700.
Is there talk about a new elementary still?
There is talk about a new elementary. Last November, the community, we were so blessed to have this community support us on a bond, a $60 million bond. And it's $60 million, to me, it was like, oh my God, that's an astronomical amount of money. But when you go into construction and you pay prevailing wage and oh my goodness, 60 million, you could just consume that in actually the cost of that new elementary. I've been given a quote that's more than 60 million.
How much?
That's a lot.
A little bit more, just a little bit more.
100 million.
Not 100, no. It's a little bit under 70, I believe. We did buy 20 acres on Roseman Boulevard on the same side as Roseman High. And there's a little, like, I don't want to call it a house, but it's kind of like a little house that sits there.
Little house on the prairie.
Little house on the prairie. We're probably gonna just demolish that very soon because we've already had word that somebody's tried to move in it and all this. But here's the bad thing. We got that property, 20 acres, for a really good price, but we can't build on it. So we're just gonna hang on to that because we figure maybe a developer will come along and want that 20 acres. The reason California Department of Education said you cannot build there is because of the flight. the aeronautics allegedly was too close, but which I question, well, that's really interesting because both the high school and Tropico
Yeah.
set back further, closer to the airport than this lot, but anyway, so I'm thinking we may now have to search for property. We're looking right now. We have a realtor looking for about 20 acres. Probably it's gonna have to be south now of Roseman Boulevard, but I do want it out further west than West Park. And then once we get that going, then we'll rezone. Some of these kids at Roseman Elementary will go to West Park. Some of the West Park kids then will feed into the 3rd elementary school. So, and our goal is to have that all inclusive. Instead of buildings, we would like one huge building that would accommodate everything inside, including the multi-purpose room, the cafeteria, the library. Everything will be inside for something different in Roseman.
Yeah, Barbara, I just want to shout out, worth mentioning, we had our Christmas parade in December. And I was over here setting up and I heard somebody yell, hey, call the paramedics. So I rushed over, lady got stung by a bee, very allergic, went into, was it anaphylactic shock? Anaphylactic shock. Our cadet corps happened to be setting up. They jumped into action, had an EpiPen, they saved her life. So we're gonna be honoring them on the 21st.
No, I believe Supervisor Cartier is gonna be there, or
Speak to that when it's my turn.
okay, so we're hoping he's gonna come and recognize the kids. They're doing some amazing things. And they will be in that new CTE building, also with a shooting range. That building is gonna be very, 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 very 30 million state of the art. So I made sure, they're not bullets, right? Mason? No, they're not, don't worry, they're not bullets, but I'm sure they could have a sting if you get hit by one of them. So, any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Let's go with Matt Bauer from Palmerston.
Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. It's good to be here. Just want to give a quick couple updates on what's happening at the federal level, at the legislature. Currently, right now, 8 of the 12 appropriations bills have passed the House, 3 of which are now law. So we're still waiting on the remaining 4 to hopefully get passed by the January 30th deadline. That is the deadline until current government appropriations expire. So working hard to get those across the finish line, working with the Senate and the administration on that. There was a 3-bill minibus that was passed last week, and in that we had a lot of really key wins for the East Kern community. Most notably, we had, I believe it was, I want to get the exact number right because it was a good number, 15 million allocated for NASA's MACH fund, which helps to bolster the commercial aerospace industry. So very, very vital fund administered through NASA. It's going to help impact the East Kern community, particularly over at Mojave Air and Spaceport. Additionally, we had 1.2 million allocated for the new cybersecurity center at Cerro Costa College. So very, very excited about that. Hoping that bill package can make it through the Senate and get signed into law so we can secure that funding for good. Additionally, last Saturday, Congressman Fong and Valadeo hosted current CMS Administrator Dr. Oz at Kern Medical, where they had a roundtable with pretty much every healthcare CEO in both of their districts. So it was very, very productive. It was very well attended. I think there were 60 administrators throughout the county, or throughout the 4 counties that they represent, who showed up to have that roundtable. So it's very, very good. Additionally, in December, we hosted our Service Academy nominations, where we, the nominating committee selected 3 or 4 principal nominees to attend the Nation Service Academies next fall. One of which is from Tehachapi. He got selected to go to West Point. So very, very excited about that. Yeah, I think that's all I got. And I do want to mention also on November 19th, Congressman Long was appointed to the Homeland Security Committee. So very, very excited about that. And your mention of the legal marijuana grows struck me because since we've been on that committee, we've been in investigating that, particularly out here in East Kern, because there's actually a very big national security nexus with that, because many of these illegal marijuana grows are owned by Chinese nationals, and given the presence of R&D and C&E here in the valley with Edwards and China Lake, it's a very, very sensitive issue. So that is something that our office is actively investigating and hoping to stop as soon as possible. So thank you for bringing that up.
Absolutely.
So, Matt, do you think this year, I was talking to the Hatchery, I think the Hatchery would be a good location, we get the congressman out here in the east.
We're working on it.
All right.
I promise you, we are working on it. The congressional schedule this year is just as busy as it was last year. So we are working on it. We've got a lot of things working for spring. So
Because I talked to
I'll
the Hatchery people and they said they could find a spot to house something like that.
Yes, we're working on not only getting into Hatch, but also here.
Okay.
So we are working there.
And we appreciate that, sir. All right, and now let's go with Ms. Karen.
Happy New Year, everyone. Karen Sanders, I'm the East Kern representative for the Kern County Board of Supervisors, District 2, Chris Parlier. The supervisor had a very busy first year in office, a lot of gears turning, a lot of accomplishments. The most recent and best accomplishment was the purchase and installation of 13 flock cameras. This was to help specifically the East Kern area. They put one in Boron and immediately caught a bad guy. Yeah, it was pretty quick. Some folks are concerned about the flock cameras tracking you. Well, if you're a criminal and you're engaged in criminal activity, that's when the flock camera cares. The recording takes place, but unless you're doing something nefarious, it's not an issue. Another accomplishment was the purchase of drones for the Kern County Fire Department, which is important in their fire suppression efforts. And so that happened recently before the end of the year. So that's another good thing that the supervisor has been able to accomplish. I do have mobile office hours here before the RMAC meeting, along with Matt from Congressman Fong's office from 5 to 6. Nobody came to see us today, but he and I were happy to be able to catch up with everything and keep each other abreast of what's going on in our various offices. I do have business cards for you if you need one, and I also have a brochure from Supervisor Parlier's office that I'm happy to share that includes some important phone numbers and how to get in touch with whoever. I'm sure that like Congressman Fong, Supervisor Parlier will be here at some point this year. He also has a very full schedule. It's difficult for me, from my standpoint, to know exactly what his schedule is, so I always refer any requests to the Chief of Staff, Michael Herrera, in the Bakersfield office. So other than that, and I'm gonna spill the beans, we're working on revising the RMAC bylaws so that we will be able to appoint people to the board, so we'll have a full complement of board members and no longer have this problem of being without a quorum. Yes, sir.
Yeah, where are the cameras and what are they called again?
It's called a flock camera, FLOCK. It's actually a nationwide network of cameras.
And where are they?
They're mostly in the solar areas. There are some at intersections in the various East Kern communities. I'm sorry that I'm not allowed to share the exact location. Obviously, you would not want to spill the beans, so to speak. But I know that there's one at a particular intersection in Boron. That's how they were able to catch someone so quickly. There's a couple in the Tehachapi area that are not in solar or wind areas. So they're in various locations and they're meant to be surprises, for lack of a better way to
Yeah,
communicate
well, like you
that.
said, they caught somebody, but are they going 24 hours a day?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a nationwide effort. I'm not law enforcement.
yeah, I know.
I do know a little bit about it.
That's the
Certainly.
first I've heard about it.
Okay. Certainly, I know enough that I shouldn't share information that I do have.
Okay,
So, I mean, that's just how that ball bounces.
Okay.
I can't tell you exactly where they're located. It's for the benefit of law enforcement and public safety. Okay. And, yes, hopefully, the supervisor will be able to attend the school board meeting. It is between the supervisor and the chief of staff, and they're supposed to get that hammered out. I know that that's a concern. Yes, but he was, very impressed with that action of the ROTC members, the cadet corps members who were able to respond so positively and help the lady who had been stung by a bee. It happens. So any questions? Yes.
You know, I thought on that thing about the 20th on new laws that are gonna be starting on the 20th of this month. Even a grandmother cannot give a grandchild a Tylenol if they're sick unless they have the parent.
There would be other regulations that would apply to
I'm
them.
thinking if a grandmother saying your child coughs or
Well, I don't know about that. I can't.
you said new laws.
Okay, I can't really address that, but I mean, there are different regulations that apply to certified medical personnel. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate you. All right, we unfortunately cannot do any new business today. Even if we did, I think we should think about like waiting for the full board to move forward with some of these things. We do have a guest speaker. We're actually going to invite Max and his team, Tina and Erica, and I'd like for them to share with what they have going on in town. Thank you, sir.
Thank you everyone for allowing us to come here. We've been invited as guests of Kelly just to show up and attend your RMAC meeting tonight. Our office, Pacifica's Ford Company, along with Tina Live, Sunrise Global Development, and Eric Mora of the Mora Partners, we are involved in heading up a new commercial development here in your community of Rosemont. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I heard about that.
So this is going to be at.
Saw that on Facebook.
Yeah. So this is going to be at the southwest corner of 30th Street West and Rosemont Boulevard. We've been working for over 2 years with the Kern County Planning Department. And it was this project is a vision of Tina Lai, and she's the developer who's coming out of the San Gabriel Valley in Los Angeles. Eric and I are based here in Kern County. My office has been involved in the development of several communities throughout the Central Valley, and also here in Rosemont, Palmdale, Lancaster for over 40 years. So we were here when they built the first Albertsons shopping center out here. We've been involved with a lot of the housing when it was U.S. Homes and Coppin Road to now KB Homes. We've done a lot of work out here, and we graduated from being a planner and a project consultant for several projects to now as a community residential and commercial developer. Now we're helping Tina in her efforts to establish a much needed commercial project in this area. She studied it for a while and asked our office to study it as well, and working with the County of Kern and with national tenants, we have said, yes, there is a need for a shopping center. This will be a 6-acre shopping center that will accommodate national tenants as well as regional and local businesses here. The goal here is to bring essential services here, services that are lacking here in the area, as well as provide jobs, and then offer some opportunities for new businesses to get started. It was Tina who found this piece, and it sits right across the street from the former Rite Aid and caddy corner from the Rosemont High School. And I think we put together some great uses out there. We worked diligently with the planning department, and we met all the regulations, and I've been doing this for a while. My degree is in Sydney Regional Planning from Cal Poly, San Francisco. And so we've served, I was consultant to Palmdale, Lancaster, Tehachapi, Delano, and Bakersfield. So we're kind of familiar in how to plan and bring national tenants and get planning to an area. So we received our approval in December. Tina says let's push forward, and we've been working to achieve some really great and well-known retail tenants to come here to the Rosemont community. And I want Eric and Tina to explain some of the tenants or some of the services that we're bringing forward to be part of your community. You know, we don't want to be that developer who says, "Oh, we know what your community wants to." We asked a lot of questions for a long time. Some services we're able to provide now, and some other services because you asked. This is what we really need. Eric and Tina will share with you some of the services that we'll be looking for. But I do want to say that it was Tina's vision, and Tina has a fantastic vision and a wonderful heart. So Tina, can you kind of share?
Yes, thank you everyone. I'm so happy to be here. So I purchased this piece of land 4 years back, and then I met this wonderful gentleman, Max. Without him, I don't know what I'm going to do over there. Probably just put one gas station and that's it, and I'm going to stop. But because of Max's vision, and then Eric helped me to come up with this wonderful plaza. We're going to have Tesla charging station, 16 of those. It's going to help because every time when I travel here with a friend on the Tesla, we have to go all the way back to Lancaster to recharge before we can go back. So we're going to bring 16 Tesla supercharging station, also 76 gas station.
Yeah, like Union 76, and with end cap drive-through for coffee, bean, and tea leaf. So they'll get started right away as soon as we break ground. So they're in escrow now on that piece, on that main corner. So tomorrow, 11 a.m., you guys are welcome to attend our groundbreaking ceremony. That'll be, we're expecting a lot of, after that video on Facebook, we got a good response in the community, and looks like we're gonna have a pretty good crowd there. So my background's in, I'm the real estate broker behind the deal, so we're in communications with lots of national names that want to come here. It is about 80% committed, so lots of interest. We haven't signed contracts with, not just yet. We're listening to the community, and we want to make sure that you guys know about who's coming in before we take them on. But for sure, Tesla's in, they're coming in. The Union 76 with the coffee bean, NCAB with drive-through. We are talking to a large medical provider that is servicing the Antelope Valley already. They also were aware there's a big need for medical here, so they're talking about taking up about 10,000 square feet, which will be a full-service medical clinic with pharmacy and possibly optometry as well. So, but we're listening. Again, we haven't said yes to them yet. We want to see what else is needed from the community, right? We're hearing new things every time we get invited. So, and then we do have a main anchor, right? So the medical will be the junior anchor, and then we are looking at a larger piece as a main anchor. We're talking to retailers that also want to come in, and we want to make sure that they're a good partner for the community. So, so like Tina said, she's listening. She wants to be involved in the community and listen, and not just jump at it with whatever we want to bring on. But yeah, we felt the Tesla.
We want a chicken place. Every time we hear, I cannot find a good chicken place.
We get asked, bring an ice cream place, bring it, wings or chicken burgers, right? Chicken place. So my son plays football, so we travel from Bakersfield to Rosemont in the summertime, and we play in the hot heat, and there's nowhere to walk by for ice cream or drinks or something. So I told the team, hey, hopefully by the summer we'll have somewhere to hang out by the high school. But we get hosted. We get hosted very well here when we come and play Rosemont. We're part of the youth football program in Bakersfield. So we love coming here. Every time we come here, it's nice. Yes.
Thank you guys very much. And what was interesting, when they were talking, you started smiling because of anticipation. You did, Eric. You of anticipation. But that's really good. I know you guys are pulling this together. I don't know at what point you are talking to different people, but this community is very in need of a bank.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we're in contact with all, and I met Joel today, and I think me and him are in contact with the same person at Alta One Credit Union. So we're talking to Alta One, Strata, Federal Credit Union, and then we're also brought up about the base has a credit union as well. We can get in contact. So we'd love to be involved with you guys and listen again. And so credit union is part of that as well.
Eric, one of the things, we had a little medical clinic here before, and one of the reasons it failed was they didn't do their homework and find out what insurance is like. I don't think they talked to the school district to find out what insurance they took, what insurances the base took. And that's a big thing, is to do their homework, make sure that when they come in there, they take the base, they take the federal employees, the school employees, some of the other local businesses too. So
Absolutely. So a few of them will be here tomorrow as well. They're going to be attending.
I'll be out of town tomorrow, unfortunately.
Yes, some of those possible tenants or national brands will be here as well tomorrow for that. So we invite you to come out. This is one of many other projects we have here in Rosemont coming up with Tina. So future housing as well. Future hotel maybe.
Are you also doing anything with the end of 20th by
No, this is another group, but we know what they're working on.
Yeah.
And then you want to show them about, it's not mine.
No,
It's the 20th.
yeah, it's I believe a truck stop, large truck stop's coming out. Yeah.
Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's. I believe it's a Maverick is coming in on that corner.
Yes.
So they're Colorado-based, Utah-based.
What street is that? 25th Street?
20th.
30th and 8th.
We're on 30th.
We're on
No,
30th.
the Maverick.
The 20th and 8th.
That's 20th.
20th? That's Chevron Street.
No, down 8, towards the
Southeast corner.
southeast corner, down towards
Oh,
the
by
LA.
Avenue A?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know anybody who's in it.
And one of the things that we want to be able to share with you is that we have already retained our general contractor. The first thing we're going to do is start working on the offsites, or bring equipment in. So I know some people say, okay, we're going to get started on this project. They have this grand opening, or I'm sorry, this groundbreaking, and after that, then all the equipment goes away.
Take a while.
We are moving forward. We do have funding. We are going to bring in equipment tomorrow, construction equipment from Bowman Construction onto the site. And then we will take about 2 weeks to restake the land and start grading. And then we're going to start off with the offsites. And the county is requiring a deceleration lane as you drive east on Rosemont Boulevard. You're going to make that right-hand turn on 30th Street West. So we're going to put that in. The locations of our egress points have been, I guess, coordinated with Kern County Public Works, so we just can't put them anywhere. So we have to build those entry points and exit points at certain locations. So they want us to do that first. But our goal is to have this center built probably in its completion within the next year and a half. Okay. So, but we're actively going to be working on this, and this project means a lot because I born and raised there in smaller community. What we love about Rosemont is it's a small town. feel everybody kind of knows each other. We don't want to take away from that. We want to help keep on promoting that, but we know that we need to have some economic vitality in your community. So we can create jobs for all the new people that are coming in. So, but yes, sir.
Yeah, one problem we have in Rosemond is we only have one street, Rosemond Boulevard. So the traffic is an issue.
Yeah.
When people go to work, that street is backed up from the freeway all the way to 30th.
You know, we'll do Joel. We'll have maybe him talk about a little bit because he's had some discussions with Kern Roads and stuff about.
Yeah, I talked to him too.
So during his director comments, what?
Okay.
That would be good. These guys have.
We do have a website of the center. It's goldencityplaza.com.
What's the name?
Golden City.
Golden City Plaza.
Golden?
And Tina, you know, Golden City Plaza is the mines, right? The mines in Rosemont is named after that. So goldencityplaza.com, you can see renders, site plan. You can contact me through that website as well for any inquiries, any businesses that want to come in. We do have about 1,100 square foot suites available for local businesses to come in. So we're still looking for, nail salon, barbershop, a mailbox, a printer, FedEx, UPX is what we heard as well. We need,
Eric, can I ask you a question?
we have a dry cleaner, laundromat also that wants to come in. So through that website, you can message me. That goes directly to me, and I'll make sure I'll call you. Just put a phone number, email in there, and I'll be in contact with you directly.
Eric, question for you. I'm not trying to jump ahead.
Yeah.
But we have law enforcement on this side of town. I know some of the bigger departments, they have substations.
Yes.
So maybe it'd be worthwhile talking with maybe the CHP and the sheriff's department that they have like a little substation. Cause you sound like you have a big development going on, but if you guys could maybe think about having a place where the officers can come take a break or whatever.
Absolutely.
The officers another place to take an exhale while they're on the operations side of it.
That's a wonderful idea. We also have another commercial center going up in Bakersfield, and what we worked out with BPD and the city of Bakersfield is that to have one of our units to be available so that we can have law enforcement come in, write the notes, whatever. But it also acts as a deterrent to crime. You can park your police vehicle out there, and people they'll think twice before they do something on it. I want to also acknowledge President of Shanna Downs. The chamber has been so helpful and so welcoming to us for this project, for Tina to come on in and be able to kick off this project. So to Shauna, to Kelly, and there was a group of people, the Rosemont Community Services District. They've been so kind, and so we appreciate that. So I want to say shout out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shauna. And again, we also want to thank the Office of County Supervisor Chris Parlier, who's helped us get over the bump. We had a bump, and through his efforts and people from the Board of Supervisors, they came in and they supported this project, and planning staff then was finally able to say yes to this project. So let the supervisor know. But Tina, any last words?
I just want to invite everyone to come to join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. We're gonna have some food, a little bit for everyone. Celebrate with us, please.
And if you want my number as well, I have a few business cards. You can have my direct contact, and we're listening. So that's a good idea, though. And we'll talk about that, and so reserve a spot right away.
Well, it just keeps them.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Because I don't know how the operation of the CHP, but you guys are in Mojave, right?
Correct.
If they just have to knock out a report or whatever, kind of keep them kind of close. I don't know if that's feasible or not, but anytime you can keep presence there, it helps everybody involved.
Yes.
Oh, thank you guys. Really appreciate you. We'll see you guys in the morning. Very excited.
Thank you.
We'll go to director comments. Let's go with John.
So, traffic came up. My vision, it's a long-term vision, is on Avenue A.
Right.
When the shuttle came through, there's a road that cuts across. I've been working and I've been having some conversations with the supervisor about diverting the base traffic in the morning straight down Avenue A, it basically end up on 15th Street East on Roseman Boulevard. So it bypasses all of Roseman Boulevard there. So that's a long-term vision, something we're looking at, seeing if it's even possible.
Yeah, that's federal land.
Yeah, so it would definitely help with school traffic and all that.
So who do you talk to?
Did the county ask us about doing a study or a survey of some kind?
Yeah, that the COG, not the California government, county governments.
Council government.
Yeah. So yeah, that was on their plan, and along with the other thing I brought up to them is widening Willow Springs Road from Roseman all the way to Tehachapi. Because if the freeway goes down or anything like that, that's a major thoroughfare, and with all the trucks and everything. So that's on their radar. And then the other thing real quick, Rick and I went up to Bakersfield and met with Supervisor Parlier in December, and we talked about maybe we've been having some fires out in our rural areas where the fire departments run out of water and they couldn't get water, so we're working on some solutions there, community garden. We've also brought up the illegal marijuana shops here in town. So Supervisor Parlier has been having some meetings with the DA. So hopefully we're going to see some action on that kind of stuff. It's been a busy year. Started off, ended busy, and we're starting busy. So a lot of good things happening here in town with the new businesses and all that good stuff.
Perfect.
That's all.
Hey, sir. Director Red.
Hey, folks. I hope we all have a good New Year. This goes to the Red Cross. His program about putting in the smoke detectors, they had it on TV. They had it in the Pasadena area, but it's all over, so folks take advantage of it. Watching that show, it made me stop and go check every smoke detector in my house. It's something else. And again, this comes up, if you folks are retired law enforcement, the things always come up. I went to the Long Beach Aquarium with my daughter. She has 3 children. You don't think about this here, but what are kids in car seats? When you have a traffic collision, what locks up car seats? So I bought all my 2 daughters that have children, you know those seatbelt cutters? So if you have grandchildren, it's a knife you get and it's about so big, but get those and they can just have in their car. If they ever have a traffic accident and those seatbelts malfunction, cut that seatbelt strap loose and get those babies out of the car. Especially for whatever reason, I've seen a lot of cars catching on fire nowadays. I don't know why, but things prompt different thought processes. So think about that there. You give them that big 5 and they have the Smith & Wesson, it's on the end of it, looks like a little hook. Cut that seatbelt out. And this is for the supervisor. Our supervisor, folks, he's committed to the cause in Roseman. Support that man because everything when we talk to him, he's talking about helping Roseman get better. So like I said, Karen is this conduit here for us out here. Karen, I yet to ask her for anything. She said no. She said maybe not possible, but she didn't say no. But anyway, let's support them because they are in fact supporting us. That's what I got, sir. Thank you.
The only thing that I have is I'd like to take just a moment of silence. Robert Mejia, who is a huge integral part of our community for a lot of years, and he unfortunately succumbed to his battle with cancer. He lost his battle.
What's his name?
Robert Mejia. He was the former head of the VFW here locally, had his fingerprints on just stuff for a long time. So before we end, I'd just like to take a second just to take a moment of silence and for him. Perfect. Thank you guys. We are dismissed.